Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to Booking with Starr. I am your host Starr, of course, and over here on this channel we talk and do all things books. In today's video we are going to be doing a reading vlog. We're going to be picking together from my full TBR list that I created for myself, which I also made a video about, so if you want to go check that out, you are more than welcome. I made a little spin wheel and I put all the titles in there, and we are going to spin the wheel and see what fate decides for us to read. All right, we gotta get it to focus. There we go. Come on. Yes. All right. So I'm going to spin it. All right. I'm trying to keep it. I'm going to spin it, and then you guys are going to see what book we land on. You ready? Let's go. All right. All right. What book are we reading, guys? What book are we reading? What book are we reading? Okay, we are going to be reading Delicious Monsters. All right, y'all, so we got our book Delicious Monsters by Leslie Sandberry. Let's read the synopsis together. I read a little bit of the synopsis before, but for the sake of the video. Daisy sees dead people, something impossible to forget in bustling ghost-packed Toronto. She usually manages to deal with her unwanted ability, but she's completely unprepared to be dumped by her boyfriend. So when her mother inherits a secluded mansion where she spent her childhood summers, Daisy jumps at the chance to escape. But the house is nothing like Daisy expects, and she begins to realize that her experience with the supernatural might be no match for her mother's secret, nor what lurks within the walls. So I'm excited to start this. We need to see if we can find the audio because I am an immersive reading girly. So first thing first, we're gonna check our libraries. Delicious Monsters. Search. They don't have it. Bummer. Okay, next is Hoopla. If y'all hear my daughter out there rapping, just let her live her life, okay? Oh my, no Delicious Monsters. Okay, so that means we have to use our credits. How many credits do I have on audio books? Okay, 2 credits. So let's see. There it is, y'all. Are we reading Delicious Monsters? Am I using a credit for an audio? All right, we are about to start this bad boy. This is Audible. I love when it starts out with music. Author note. Y'all be reading y'all author notes? I'm not gonna lie, I'll always be reading them sometimes. Okay, let's do it. Accident. Get out of here, girl. Look how my book match my outfit, y'all. So cute. This video is probably going to be all over the place, y'all, but it's okay. We rocking out. I made it to page 31. I'm on chapter 5. Not much has really happened except what we learned in the back. So we meet Daisy. We learned that she can see dead people right off the bat. We learn why her boyfriend broke up with her, or kind of low-key ghosted her a little bit, and she's like stalking him and his new shorty. We also meet, what's her name? Brittany. We learned that her and her best friend have this YouTube channel where they explore haunted houses. It's really popular. They even get picked up by like this company that works with big famous YouTube people. We learned about Brittany and her estranged relationship with her mother. I do love the time jumps because Daisy is in the past, and when we go to Brittany, it's 10 years later. Daisy's mom did just inherit the house, and they're like super excited about it. It seems like this house has been like a big deal in their family for a long time. Then when we go to Brittany's timeline, her and her best friend got this weird email to go down to this house that Daisy used to live in. So I'm interested to see like where this storyline is going to go. We're actually getting ready to read for a little bit more before I get tired and want to go to bed. a quick intermission. I promise I'm going to come and tell y'all about what's been happening in the book that we've been reading, but I have a package and I'm so freaking excited because I have been waiting for this since earlier this year. So one of my favorite books of last year was Immortal Dark by Tigis Germa, and baby, open. I'm so freaking excited, y'all. The second book in the series came out today and I got my copy. I am so freaking geeked, y'all. Look at this book. Look at this book. Hold on. Let me give y'all a better angle. Look at this freaking book, y'all. Look how beautiful she is, okay? Look at this. And hold on, let's take off the freaking dust jacket, y'all. Bro, I could literally freaking scream. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Not only is the book absolutely beautiful, one of my favorite reads of last year. I'm just so fucking excited. There's a maggot coming out of her scalp, y'all. Oh no. Y'all, that damn maggot coming out of her scalp, I'm still thinking about that. That was so freaking gross. I don't know if she's hallucinating or what, but then she can't be hallucinating because the girl that she was just with saw it too. And now that I think about it, she wasn't even super grossed out. I have no idea what is going on. And I'm eating that up. I think last time we checked in, I told y'all that her and her mom had just got the house. So they get there and it's this big old beautiful house, and her mom tells her, like, we're staying in the bunker, like you're not allowed in the actual part of the house, do not go in there. She wants to turn it to like an Airbnb. That's an excuse that she's using, like, oh, it needs to be cleaned out, yada yada yada. Of course Daisy's like, girl, we've been fiending for this house for years. Now you telling me that we have to stay in the bunker part? Girl, what the hell is going on? And y'all know that Daisy see dead people. And when I say she see dead people, like, the world is just so filled with the dead people just walking around. It's not like they just pop up every now and again. No, when she was in Toronto, they be at the restaurants, they be in the street. Like, it's just something that she's just used to seeing because they be everywhere. Now she gets to this town with the house and she don't see no dead people. So of course she's relieved, but then she's also like, why nobody around? And then Brittany, I told y'all about Brittany, how she's like investigating this house that Daisy and her mom lived in 10 years ago. Clearly something happened. We in the present tense with Brittany and her best friend, and they doing like their little investigation and they interviews. They uncovered a lot of lies, baby. Things is just not adding up, especially with that mama. It is giving very mysterious. I didn't even tell you what page I'm on. I am on page 170. It's good. I am enjoying it. I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened to Daisy. Oh, so I didn't even tell y'all, right? So Brittany has a connection to this house as well because, okay, so I told y'all how Brittany and her mother, they don't really get along. Brittany's mother is an author. She's like a self-help author now. She's explaining how she used to be a bad parent and a bad person, and now she's better, and she's selling that to people as like a guru. Like, look what I've been through and look what I overcome. So in these books, of course, she's putting all of Brittany trauma, and now Brittany feel like everything that I've been through that I don't want people to know, anybody could just pick up your books and know my whole life, and that's something that's traumatizing for me, rightfully so. But this house is a major part of Brittany's mom's healing. For some reason, Brittany's mom stayed at this house, and when she stayed at this house, like, something happened that miraculously changed her into this better person. So not only is this house a part of Daisy's history, and it has a history of like some horrific shit going down, but now it's looked at in a different light because of Brittany's mother. These ambulances are rude. I hope whatever's going on there okay though. What was I saying, y'all? Oh yes, I was telling y'all how Brittany is connected to this house as well. So not only is she investigating what happened at this house with Daisy, but she also wants to bring out the truth about this house to kind of crumble her mother's image, because you know her mother full of shit. I am very interested to see what Brittany and her friend uncover. I really love the dual timeline. I love being in Daisy's point of view and leading up to what took place in this house, and then also being in Brittany's point of view with her discovering what took place in this house. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I just wanted to come and update y'all real quick, but I'm about to get back to reading. Say it again. telling y'all, that mama is real sketchy. They trying to say Daisy unalived all those girls that was found dead in the mansion. She probably went crazy, seeing all them ghosts and stuff. That this footage right now is probably not the best, but I was not planning on recording. I just was reading, but I had to come and tell y'all because the reveal that we just got, the realization that Daisy just got is fucking crazy. Like I knew that girl was sus. I knew she was sus from the freaking beginning. I knew something was gonna be sus with her. Baby, when I tell y'all that this shit is so eerie and so creepy right now, like I don't think that I should be reading it before I go to bed, but I cannot put it down. It's just like the pieces just connect. Like what the fuck? What the fuck? And it's so funny because like a couple of chapters back, Daisy was talking to her mom, and her mom was saying to her, like, where do you go at night? What do you do at night? And I'm to myself like, what you mean what she do at night? And even Daisy's like, what you mean? I don't do nothing at night. I be in my room. You the one that be creeping around. And Daisy has been having like memory lapses, like certain stuff she can't remember. And what we just found out, y'all, what the fuck? This house, we find out that this house is alive and it is feeding on, it's just supposed to feed on like the souls and help them transition and stuff, but now it's starting to feed on the living. And that mama, I keep saying that mama is sus, and she just gets susser and sus. The more we find out about her damn past, y'all, I am eating this book up because I'm really just sitting here like, all right, I'm gonna talk to you later. A claps.
Broke free from the window and pulled me inside. I didn't even have time to scream. Chapter 46. Her nose swelled until it split open with a crunch of bone and spurt of blood. It dripped down her face, popped free of her face, and more followed. Butcher birds. And her eyes dangled from their sockets. And they would find my body, not in pieces, devoured. I wouldn't give it that. That was mine. And on a metal plaque, attached to the front of it, always kept clean and visible, even on days when there were blizzards, it reads,
Delicious monsters.
All right, y'all, we have officially finished our first book together. Let's chat about it. This was haunting, okay? This mixes supernatural horror with real world trauma. It is a heavy read. It has very heavy topics in it. One of the themes that is very heavy in this book, especially when we get towards the end and things start coming out, is forgotten black girls, okay? And I really love that it shed light on that. So not only are we getting ghost stories in a haunted house, we're getting the story of generational trauma and generational curses, unhealthy relationships between mother and daughter. One thing that I did love is that towards the end, we see the relationship mending between Daisy and her mother. And I also told you how Brittany also has a very difficult, traumatizing relationship with her mother as well. We see Daisy forgiving her mom and coming to amends with her mother, and Brittany witnesses that. You would think that she would be like, that she would see Daisy and her mom mending their relationship and think that she should do the same with her. I love how it pointed out, like, yes, forgiveness is important, but that doesn't always mean that you have to mend the relationship of a person who has offended you. Also loved how Kingsley, aka King, which is my favorite character, he is the next door neighbor when Daisy and her mom move into this mansion. I loved how him and Daisy's relationship stayed as friends. Like, every book doesn't need romance, so I love that they didn't go into a romantic relationship or share romantic feelings, but you still got the intimacy of their genuine friendship, and I truly enjoyed that as well. I already told y'all that I was eating up the dual timeline, okay? I really enjoyed that. I felt like that helped the story build suspense and then also show you how these two women who have never met each other still share similar experiences, and how this house is linked to both of their experiences. The house was kind of like a purgatory place where all the dead went to go pass on, but the house had a mind of its own, baby, and I enjoyed that. I loved how it fed on trauma. I loved how the house was manipulative. I loved how it played on people's emotions, but I am thinking I wanted more from the house, like more backstory about the house, because the house was a character in itself. The mansion was creepy, okay? It gave creepy vibes. It was horrifying at parts. It was gory at parts. I love the atmosphere. The fact that the people who stayed in the hotel, the people that stayed in the mansion, because I told y'all that Daisy's mom turned it into an Airbnb. We find out why. Like, it's just so many twists and turns in this goddamn book, y'all. It was just a page turner. It's very suspenseful, very mysterious. You turn in a page like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening? It does have its scary moments, but it also makes you feel. It also was emotional, especially Daisy's mom. I told y'all I thought she was sus all along, and she's still sus, but once you learn about her backstory, you see how trauma makes people do unforgivable things, how trauma lingers on for years and years. Something happens to you when you're a child, and now you're an adult, and that is leaking over into how you parent, how the past holds on to you, how not forgiving can make you so revenge thirsty that you just do the craziest things. The house was a main character. I loved how the house played a major part in everything that was happening, everybody's trauma. You think of this house as a monster, but the more that you learn that some of the monsters is inside of the house, and that's why the house is thriving, because all of the monstrous things that the humans are doing. And I love when I think one thing and then the story goes on and it's like, haha, gotcha, you thought you was right, but you wasn't. And this definitely did that for me. 4.5 stars. It was a time. I had a great time. I hope that y'all had as a great time reading this book with me as I had reading with you guys. And like I always say, if you made it this far in the video and you are not yet subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because clearly you like the book vibes around here, and you need to hit that subscribe button. And to all of my beautiful subscribers that are already part of the gang, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I love you so much. I appreciate your time and coming back and watching my videos and hanging out with me and just being here for this book journey. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, if you read this book, if you're gonna read this book, make sure that you leave some comments in the comment section so that we could chat about it, and I will see you guys in my next video.